Science again. It's synonymous with man's hubris, always thinking they can escape destiny by simply knowing X equals the printing press divided by a chicken forever dipping its beak in some water. Science may be able to delay the inevitable, but eventually, Jesus will drop a piano from 20 stories up straight onto your noggin, and no laboratory experiment can prepare you for that. Plus, if Final Destination has taught us anything, it's that no matter what you do, you cannot outrun God's plan. And that science can and will weaponize Rube Goldberg technology. So, no matter how many times lab coat turds try to best Godzilla or otherwise, nature's atomic breath will strike down whatever gadget or gizmo you pulled from science's butthole, aka the human brain. But my name is James.
I'm Nicole.
And we're on the road to Marinas, baby!
On the road to Marine City.
Roar, roar, roar! Yes, guys! Normally I say, hoo, but no, that's not what a Godzilla guy do. You go, roar, roar, roar! Roar, roar, roar! Nicole, my queen, we need to start making our own roars. That's one of my notes, but it'd be cool. Because there's a guy who's just really slowed down elephant and monkey repeated, and that's someone's roar. We could do better than that, but that's not what we're talking about right now. If you guys, here's a tip to the wise. If you ever want to piss off a Godzilla fan, simply tell them, hey, my favorite Godzilla kaiju is Titanosaurus. And then they'll be real pissed because you're pronouncing it real wrong. Titanosaurus.
Not tit and ass.
What would it be, like Titanosaurus? That's a good one. Also, he had them banging pecs.
I prefer tit and ass.
Titanosaurus? Titanosaurs. Oh.
Ew.
Your titties and your ass better have sores at the end of the day, or you weren't working hard enough.
Why not just our sore?
Okay, yeah. I guess they don't need to have sores. It's just sore. Because if your titties and your ass all have sores, guess what? You've probably been hanging around in a trash yard, swimming in that mucky muck. Nicole, my queen.
What?
I'm introducing you to the world.
Whoa.
Hi.
I don't like it.
Get amped, get hype, get right.
Okay.
Yes, it worked. Holy crap, that's all I need to do. Oh, no, and I already forgot it because that's my MO. I forget everything that's said.
Too bad it's not recorded.
But if later on I need to get you back in, it's like, get right, get tight, and get nice. I don't know. Oh, man. Let's pray to God that gets us through 50 minutes of recording. Nicole's already distracted. She's looking at a locket.
A hangnail.
Okay. A hangnail's a locket, pretty much. You can keep photos inside of it.
Uh-huh.
And you can kiss it.
Sure.
If you had a locket, would you keep a picture of Frank and me?
Fuck yeah.
Yes. What if it was one of those triple lockets?
That's not a thing.
Actually, there are quadruple lockets. It's where you open the locket and then one of the hearts pulls down to reveal two more pictures, like both sides. I don't know if that is a real thing, but it could be.
So it's not.
Yeah. I'm just science fiction is the land of the day. Also, I want to tweet this.
That's not science fiction.
No, it's not real and it's science, right? So it's science fiction, which I want to tweet this out, but I need some help writing the tweet, Nicole. It would be like, person one, here's a TV show I want to see. A utopian sci-fi society.
Yeah.
It's a cop drama centered around internal affairs, and all the internal affairs people are throwing the book at dirty cops. Then second person says,
Hold on.
What's up?
If it's a utopia, then there wouldn't be dirty cops.
Nicole fell into the trap so well. Nicole, we're
You're
talking
welcome.
science fiction, not science fantasy. Punch a dirty cop. I'm saying, like, that is the tweet of someone saying exactly what you said, and then the second person saying, like, this is science fiction. It needs to be plausible, not your Star Wars science fantasy.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm
Okay.
saying, like, they're not being bad cops is so unrealistic in today's society that it would be like, oh no, the IA
No,
are
I'm just saying that you're not using the word utopia right.
No, but that's a utopia in our eyes, you know? Like, if in hell a utopia,
To
like,
have dirty cops?
oh no, but if in hell all they know is hell, and a demon were writing some science fiction, they wouldn't say like, there's snow everywhere. They don't even know that. They'd say like, guys, it's like a cool 80 degrees and but like a very dry heat. Cause it's like, whoa, that's so unbelievable, but I could see it happening. We just have to ask Satan and badger him.
You're using that like example wrong. You should have said that like in their utopia there would be dirty cops.
What?
Because like that's utopia to them.
No. I'm trying to say like what their utopia would be, but how hot it is so far removed. They could never think of just like, wow, it's a nice spring day in Muskegon, Michigan. I don't know why I used Muskegon and not just Michigan. You're out on the water next to the cabin. That's utopia to me. Getting to live in...
Is it? Because every time we go there, you complain about it.
Why do you keep believing this? I have constantly said, wow, the perfect house. Even last episode, I said the perfect house is your guys' cabin. And I said, dress it up like Master Roshi's.
Because even we went there, the last time we were there, after we left, you were like blaming all of your like lack of ambition and tiredness on being at the cabin.
Yes, because the cabin is so effective. We've had this conversation before. Of the cabin made me realize like, wow, man, I work way too much.
So how I thought was I was like, oh, he doesn't want to go back because it made him this way.
Tell you I love that place. Even last friggin' episode. We have had this conversation, and speaking about conversations, last night, Nicole got home, and I hadn't eaten all day. I had recorded for 2+ hours.
James was being a salty bitch yesterday.
Well, someone gets to be salty all the time, not the B word. And I had to say sorry. I apologized. And it then just became a like recurring joke that if Nicole said something, I'd be salty to her.
It wasn't a joke. It was on purpose.
Yeah, okay. Well, to me, it was funny, especially the last one I did.
And then it was funny when the one time you joked about it.
And Nicole was like, oh, man, after, me apologizing and it recurring, Nicole goes, oh, man, I have these I gave myself these scratches on my head. And I go, wow, you're such a dumbass. And it was real funny. And I was like, God, I wish that was on the show.
Because sometimes I'll fall asleep with my hand under my head. And then my hand will twitch and it scratches me.
Oh.
And I wake up and it hurts real bad.
Maybe I shouldn't be trying to cuddle you. You're doing it for my own safety.
Yeah.
It's not because you're so warm. How would you be so warm at night?
What?
You are always like, oh, I'm too warm at night. How?
I'm too warm always.
Yeah, because you need to be drinking just iced water, guys. Because if your body inside is cold, that extenuates to the outside. And then you're like, I'm so freezing cold.
Yeah.
Guys, let us know. How do you keep cool in these summer heats? And how do you keep cool in a swim heat? Yeah, guys. My swimmers out there. You're sweating. You're drinking Powerade. You're drinking Gatorade. Or you're drinking some of that sweet lemonade Beyonce style.
I wish we had a backyard so I could buy a tiny pool and just sit in it.
I thought you were going to say so it was a pool adjacent so you could get a tiny sprinkler and just run through it and go.
Yeah, dude.
Did you enjoy sprinklers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
Did you have one of those wiggly willies? Like it was a sunflower that just whipped around?
No, but there were like ones that were like shaped like animals,
Okay.
you know?
I was always so jealous of people who owned slip-and slides.
Yeah, we had a slip and slide.
So jealous. That I was like, that's fancy people stuff.
What?
The coolest thing we had was my dad had an old fire extinguisher that you could refill, and he had an air compressor because of his job, and he would just fill it up with water, then air compress it, and just blast us with a fire hydrant.
Oh my God.
A fire extinguisher, I mean.
Wait, yeah, I'm very confused.
It was a
now.
fire extinguisher.
Okay.
Like probably like this big, maybe 3 feet tall.
So as big as me.
Exactly. And we would beg him to do it. And then we eventually, my sister was old enough to be taught how to use the air compressor. And then she could just start using it.
Yeah.
It was that and like the go-kart. We always wanted him to just be like, teach us how to use the go-kart that he made out of a moped. Oh man, that was a blast to have. The cops would always come though and be like, this is not street legal, guys.
You guys were like driving it on the street?
Yeah, in the suburbs. It was a go-kart. So my dad, he took a moped that he had. He was like, I don't want this anymore.
Yeah, right. You have a backyard, not just a fucking forest behind your house.
Oh, also this was so low to the ground. It would
like on uneven ground, you'd be kind of fucked.
Oh yeah, because it like you would bog out instantly.
Yeah.
It was probably 6 inches off the ground. It was very low.
Yeah.
So he just made a frame that was just a rectangle with a bar in the middle, and then maybe like a bar in the middle of one of the middles. And he cut up a moped and then draped it over this frame, welded it into place, and then that was our go-kart.
Why?
Because he had, for some reason, this moped.
Why not just use it as a moped?
I think because he would have had to register it as a moped, but as a go-kart,
that
he
seems
could
like so much work.
Well, he enjoyed doing it.
Like it would be less work to register it.
I don't know. My dad's one of those like big government sucks. He's one of those guys.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
Is he though?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me that people who are conservative and like against the government controlling stuff are usually like against abortion.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
I have there's a family from my hometown. They don't mind if I shout them out. Like Bethany, Jordan, Travis, who Travis will someday be on this show. He loves Godzilla. He's also how I found Gamera. They had this, Steven Universe's little bedroom. There was one of those spaces in their house, and there was this just area in the wall that you opened up, and it was just full of Godzilla and Gamera VHSs.
Whoa.
So we would borrow those and binge them. But they've been just going after, like, in quotes, Christians because they are very Christian. And they're like, I can't, because of one of the Supreme Court rulings that happened earlier today, I believe it was today. It is saying employers don't have to, through work insurance, have to pay for birth control and stuff.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, so us Christians don't want abortions, but you are now for taking away things to make sure abortions aren't even an option. Like, it is like a thing to even consider, I mean, which is birth control.
Yeah, to like prevent people from getting pregnant.
Yeah, like that's the thing to do.
Yeah.
And I applaud them. They go to task on their Trump supporting, in quotes, Christian family. They're like, are you fucking kidding me right now? He said he'll grab someone's pussy. Is that what Jesus would support? And I'm loving it. They're great. They do not say things like pussy, though, but they will list off unchristian things Trump does. They're great. I love them.
There's a picture of him holding a Bible, so it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, my. And how he's holding that is just, it's him wrist outward. So, like, if he was holding it like this, like, hey, I'm over here, like, fettuccine, like, kind of, like, wiggling about a I don't know, a floppy cheese?
Sure.
Oh, no, it's how you would hold a floppy disk. That's how he's holding it, but wrist out. No one would present a floppy disk like that. They'd hold it outward. He's bonkers. He doesn't make any sense.
No one makes any sense.
You make dollars and cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Nicole.
But you know, like,
What?
also people who are against big government are like fucking loving that stimulus check.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. We moving on?
Yeah, that's why I said, but Nicole, today, are you ready to get into the movie?
Yeah, man.
All right, we watched Terror of Mechagodzilla, or Mechagodzilla's Counterattack. Oh my God, I'm saying Mechagodzilla. Oh, Jesus Christs.
What is happening?
It was released March 15th, 1975. Oh man, it's 45 years old. I think that's 45, or is that 55?
Don't make me do math.
Okay, making you do math. Yeah. It has to be 55 because this is I don't know, guys. You figure it out. Nickelodeon game show style. But the film sold 980,000 tickets. And despite earning positive reviews, it would be the least attended Godzilla film in Japan, and also only one of 2 films to sell less than 1 million tickets. And this was part of the decline of the kaiju boom that was happening during this time. And they didn't plan this to be the last movie in the series, and it just so happened to be that. And it took about 9 years for them to do another Godzilla movie.
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla. That's Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, Terror of 'em. Nicole, what'd you think of the movie?
I think it was pretty good.
I thought, compared to the last film, the human element was kind of weak, but that final fight scene, holy jampers.
No, I like the human element.
Oh, I thought it was kind of slow. Also, this was a big issue. There were so many characters in this that just didn't get a proper introduction to be like, oh, that is that person.
Yeah.
And for most of the film, there was only one female character until like a random like assistant shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And she was that the person who was creeping in the restaurant? And she was like, hee 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 hee.
I don't know.
Because that person, I don't know why they were doing that or who they were.
Oh, I just thought they were like a reporter.
Yeah, but it never went anywhere.
Huh.
So I think that was the assistant, and she was like, oh, I'm going to sneak up on them, but then heard him reveal that it's the supersonic, and she's like, oh, no, he's telling them our secrets.
Yeah.
Because that kind of comes into play later.
Yeah.
I don't know, but let's get into notes one by one. So we start out with this recap of the last film, and I think there was deleted footage used in this, or just like reshot footage.
Yeah.
Because Godzilla gets shot in the neck by Mechagodzilla and it just sprays out blood. Did that happen?
Blood just spraying everywhere.
Just blasting from him. And then
he bled, but I don't remember it just like spraying everywhere.
And then he gets spikes, metal spikes stabbed into him everywhere in this recap. And I do not remember Mechagodzilla having knee guns.
I don't know.
And then Nicole said Negan, and I was like, that's that guy who ball-peen hammered some heads.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, I love him so much. He's my aesthetic.
Yeah, last week came out a new comic book that was called Negan Lives, and there was a gold foil variant. We sold it for like $160.
Damn.
Yeah.
People love that dude.
It's fucking crazy.
That I've only seen a little bit of that scene, but it's disgusting. It's so gory.
I haven't seen it.
Guys, Walking Dead, you like it or not, let us know in a 5-star iTunes review.
I remember first watching it and I thought it was really good, and then I tried to watch it again like a year ago and I was like, this is boring.
Yeah, I got into maybe season 5, and I just realized I don't care about any of the characters. They could all die, and I'm like, oh, that's okay. And once
Yeah.
you think that, the show's not too exciting.
Yeah.
if you're not emotionally connected with anything in it. Kind of like me and my dad. I'm kidding.
Especially when like usually kid characters are supposed to be like extra sympathetic for when just everyone wishes he would die.
I wished every single kid in that show, I was like, God, I hope they die. And then in the second season, it starts out with a kid. It's like questionable if she dies, but we don't find her until the last episode of that season. She's a walker and she's like, yeah. And I was like, yes, I was right.
Mm-hmm.
This entire time that kid died.
Anyway, the movie that we watched.
There was a diagram, a sketching of Mechagodzilla, and it looked like a dog face Mechagodzilla. It didn't look like a dinosaur, but it also kind of looked like Donkey Kong. And I was wondering, has there ever been a Mecha Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Really? Like in a Mario game? I know in one of the King Kong.
Or am I thinking of King Kong?
Yeah, there is a Mecha King Kong.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking of that.
Which was in one of the Toho movies.
Yeah.
I wonder if those are any good.
I don't fucking know.
Let's check them out, baby.
How about we finish the Godzilla movies first?
Oh, yeah. You did it too.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Kiss
No, I
me.
didn't. No.
The underwater filming of this, I know it's not really underwater, but how they make it look like it's underwater is just so good.
It's cool.
I don't know how they do it, but I wish these kind of movies had more like a documentary about how this is all made.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in the supplements for this Criterion collection, they have the filming ofs.
Maybe.
Fingers crossed.
I don't know. I've never looked into it.
Because a lot of the documentaries based around Godzilla are just like, here's how it was created. And the first one did really well, and then it exploded across everywhere. There's not like, hey, here's the art of kaiju filmmaking, documentary style.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what you got for a note, Nicole?
Giant fin farts.
What is...
Because they were in this submarine and you just see a fin and like a bunch of bubbles. And I was like, they're farting
He's like,
underwater.
ooh, this smells. Or maybe it was a shart and he needed it out of... He's
Ew,
like, ugh, get this out of here.
James.
Sharts is fine, guys. If you shart into a toilet bowl, does it count as a shart?
No.
Okay. But if you shart in the shower, that counts, right?
Ew. Yes.
I'm just saying, like, areas that are...
Unless you're like a guy and... No, because you said in the toilet bowl.
Yeah.
So then no.
Yeah, you're standing
You're
up to
peeing
pee.
and you just shart.
Oh, that'd be the worst. When's a time you've sharted, Nicole?
Never.
Really?
Really.
Not even when you're sick?
No.
Every time I either would go swimming or as...
Swimming?
Yeah, swimming. Because, like, I guess, like, your body's just all everywhere and you're kind of tangling around.
I guess.
And
if
remember,
you say so.
This is, like, your body is, like, moving. And you're doing a body roll.
My only defense for you for that is that you were in the water a lot, which just provided more opportunity for it to happen.
No, but I'm saying going swimming in my backyard, which I did not do a lot. Because by the time we moved there, I hated swimming in pools.
So you're saying that you sharding is inexcusable?
No, it is. Because you're swimming. And your body is one with the water, kind of like you're in the womb. When you're in the womb, it just sharts into a tube and then like goes into your mom's like butt too. I don't know. Our moms also, or I guess you just get the nutrients that you need. It's not like you're eating the fiber of an apple. You're just getting the minerals and the life force.
Uh-huh.
But also... whenever
Hey, James.
What's up? What?
You ever shart in your mom?
Okay, if you're inside your mom, could that be like, could you ever shart?
Uh,
But whenever I would bicycle You know,
You sharded then too.
no,
Did you shard on the go?
yeah, I sharded on the go-kart all the time. But as I was riding my bike on Riegler to Becker, whenever I would turn that corner, it would just hit. No, I'm saying like almost always. No, I never did then. But one time I sharded as a child after swimming into my Speedo. And and it like got on the wall, but I didn't like a little bit of it, but I didn't clean it up, and it was there for years.
Yeah.
Nicole, into the mic.
Where were you were at your house?
Yeah, in the bathroom. So like I like as I was pulling down my pants, a little shark came out, and it probably wasn't a shark in this case. I just had like explosive, and it I couldn't hold it in. My sphincter wasn't what it is now.
Sphincter.
Now it's strong from always prostate jamming up, you know?
Jamming up.
Yeah. You know, like it's like
yeah. While you're
that's
making
a jamming.
beats.
Yeah. My prostate bumps to the 808 of the kick drum. Well, that was a nice tangent, Nicole. Kiss me, why don't
No.
you? Why? All right, then I'll just get a peck from Franklin. Why did... Oh, so when... Bless your soul. When Titanosaurus
Yeah.
goes after the submarine in the beginning,
It's tit and ass.
it body slams teeth first.
You rolled his eyes at me, guys.
No, I didn't. No, I don't.
Okay.
I never roll eyes. It hurts for one, and for two, wrestling style, you know, I do two.
Yeah.
I'm holding like a referee does two.
You're
or
holding
some
up
do
four.
this. Some do this.
Yeah.
They'll go 1, 2, and then they kick out, and people are like, that was 3. And all the crowd's like, what the fuck, ref? And he's like, it's just 2. It's just 2 holding up devil horns. It's 2.
That's actually 4.
Well, okay, Nicole. But it's 2 on each. It's 2.
It's actually 4.
Oh my God. I'm actualing with counting. What are you, a toddler?
Yeah.
But he body slams.
At least
Teeth
I don't
first.
Shard on the wall.
You shard. I will find. I'm going to call up your mom tonight and ask, did Nicole ever shart?
No, I haven't.
You're like, oh, then at least that's one thing God did okay for your body. Made you like able to control your sphincter.
I feel like by talking about it, that's jinxed me.
Hey, never mind. Never mind.
What?
I don't want to. I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Okay.
All right. So let's move on.
Okay. I don't like that
What?
at all.
I was going to say that might be a little sexy.
I don't
Nicole.
like that at all.
Oh, yeah,
That's
Nicole. I
fucking
want to see you
gross.
sit on a cake.
James, that's so
Sit
fucking gross.
on a cake. Sit on a cake, guys. She's doing it. She's feeling compelled by the chant. She's not really.
I gotta go.
We
blow
don't
my
own
nose
cakes.
and reevaluate my life decisions.
Your decisions are great. You've never sharded in your life. All right, guys. Well, she's Nicole and she's gone. I'll go down through all of my notes because I'm good at that. Basement not believable. What? Oh, no, I want to go into Nicole with that. Or you know what I mean. I want to go into that with Nicole. Guys, how are you doing? You should check out Talking About Beyblade. Someone from the Godzilla universe shows up in tomorrow's episode, and it's good. He's there. We're old chums, so that's why he's here. Please go to patreon.com/MLM pod, and you'll have access to Talking About Beyblade. Starting tomorrow, if you're hearing this the day it's released, there'll be 7 episodes out. That's a lot of content. But also on top of that, you have maybe 4 or 5 episodes of Engaged with Nicolas Cage. That's Nicole and I going through Nicolas Cage movies. Or the Toku Reading Corner, which there's, I think, 4 of those up for your viewing pleasure. It's going to be nice, it's going to be rice, and it's going to be tight. But Nicole, in this house where this evil doctor was supposed to be dead and android lady is there. Yes, there's an android lady here. She goes downstairs and it's a basement, and all in this basement is a mirror at the end, a radiator, and 2 lights. And then, of course, the mirror is a false door and opens up. No one would believe this basement. It is so tiny. It is just a single corridor.
I didn't think that.
Oh.
I mean, maybe they're not showing the whole basement.
No, yeah, it's just a single stair, and then, oh, there's a mirror? What's this for? I guess, like, if it's a bomb shelter, that would make sense. But in the case, like, why would you need this basement? It's so tiny.
I just think it's bigger, and they just didn't show it.
I'll analyze it, okay?
Like, maybe
With
there's,
my
like,
Google
another
glasses.
room.
No, it was just a straight, maybe there was. I don't know. But again, Google Glass. What's one of your notes, Nicole?
Oh, so they just, sorry. I keep, like, it's that thing where you, like, bite your tongue, and then it, like, gets a little swollen, so then you just, like, keep biting it, even, like, when you talk.
Have you tried icing it?
No.
You know, pull out natty ice and then make it drink it?
Mm-hmm. So those guys are having a meeting and they pull out pictures of UFOs. I can't remember why.
Because a photographer just happened to see these UFOs and they're like, I think this is something I need to show Interpol.
They thought it was causing something. I don't know. My whole point is the main guy is like the marine biologist. They're like, they ask him and they're like, I'm sorry, I cannot talk. They ask the marine biologist if it's possible that there would be a dinosaur in the water. And he's like, what? And I'm like, how is that so impossible? In your universe, there's a Godzilla and a Mechagodzilla that was built by fucking aliens.
And don't even mention the big old spider on an island.
Yeah, because they showed it in this movie that, like, all those other fucking monsters exist too. So it's like, how is that so crazy that there would be another monster?
Also, like, Abira is of the horror of the deep.
Yeah.
So it's not a surprise.
Yeah, so that I was like, okay.
If anything, it should be like, oh, fuck, another one?
Yeah.
Jesus, how many are there now? Can we just kill them? How do we do this?
And I love that, like, split screen of them showing the monsters from, was it Tokyo SOS? With, the Manda.
Yeah.
And it's just like the other, so it's a 4 split screen, like split into 4. And there's like the other 3 monsters are just like fucking wrecking shit. And then Manda's just like slowly wrapping around an overpass.
Yeah, that's what he
I
does.
was like, that's so dumb.
All he does is wrap around monorails and then squeezes tight and then breaks them.
But it didn't even show them breaking it.
And then one of the other squares was just people
like,
running.
It's so non-threatening.
Just like me.
But
I'm a little simp.
yeah, so the not believing that there could be there could be one underwater. I was like, why? James is just shrugging.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. But Nicole, this doctor, this evil scientist was stripped of his academia.
Menazawa?
I thought that his name was like Moonfade.
Oh.
He was so pissed off at academics for not thinking, oh, I can control animals, complete control over animals. You don't need science for that. I do that by just dipping my arm in some honey.
A thing that they revisit in King of the Monsters.
Yeah.
I just connected it. You dip your arm in honey.
Yeah.
And
then
it controls animals.
Yeah, I'm just like, come here. And they're like, what? They follow my arm around.
Uh-huh.
And then bears just go up and lick it, and then I can dom them.
Okay.
I say, sit. Put on this nice little hat that's too small for you. Ride a unicycle if you want some more of this sweet drip. And it works.
Okay.
It's not effective to insects, mainly bees. They just get real pissed.
Right, because the thing you're dipping your arm into is a beehive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it gets real nice. But I will escort the bees out. I trick them to leave the nest.
Okay.
You ask how I do that, you do?
You just take the queen bee out and they follow it.
Yeah. And I put her in just this tiny little car, but I give her some like little booze and I'm like, she's drinking and driving. And they're like, no, she's our queen. And then they all come out and they chase after her.
Uh-huh.
But it's a remote control car, so I can keep it going for at least 60, possibly 70 feet, because that's the range on the remote control. I should get satellite Bluetooth style.
Or you could just like tape the remote to the car and then tape the like switch for it to go forward.
Well, I can at least get it 60 feet out and then just in a 60-foot radius, just keep going around. Or not radius.
In a circle?
It would be radius, not circumference.
Diameter.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how I get into that sweet drippy wetness. And then any animal, name an animal and I'll tell you what I do with this arm of honey.
A sheep.
A sheep? Oh my God. You think it's hard to shear a sheep? Well, if it's just going to town on your arm, the other arm, shaving that wool off.
A gecko.
A gecko? Holy crap. You know, geckos they're anxious little guys. They're always like closing their eyes. Well, what you do is you have it lick and it gets stuck, their big old tongue.
Oh, no.
And what you do is they're closing on different sections that like one eye blinks and the other eye blinks. What I do is as he's doing that, I close both eyes and then open them up at the same time and they're in sync finally.
Whoa.
And that alleviates stress and anxiety.
So they do whatever you say after that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they're like, holy crap. You're our god now because I'm no longer anxious, just like you to your medicine.
What about Frank?
Frank, holy crap. Well, I control him because if he were to ever lick my arm, it would put him into a diabetic coma and pass away. But then I seance him, and then I have control over his soul.
Yeah.
And then I can finally have someone to beat up Upside Down Man on the metaphysical plane.
Or just turn him into a cyborg like that lady.
Yeah, I could do that too.
Yeah.
And then I do have control over him. Oh my God, Cyborg Cat. Please, Nicole, you have to draw Frank as a cyborg. Like Cyborg from Teen Titans. Like he's half metal, but it's cosplay.
Yeah.
Maybe he's cosplaying as Terminator.
Maybe.
What else do we have? The main alien dude is looking like a dweeb. He has sunglasses on and like a tight silver suit.
Oh, yeah, that dude, yeah.
And then he puts on a Santa versus the Martians helmet and looks like an even more dweeb.
Yeah, I was like, why do they have like giant fucking antennas off the sides? And then I was like, maybe that'll come into play later, but it never did.
Never did. The only
maybe they serve a function.
People say, and I believe it too, respect all cosplayers. Like it's people just having fun. But if someone's dressed up like this dude, call him a fucking nerd.
Oh my gosh, rude.
And then say you tried to kill Godzilla and then spit at their shoes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, or you could just, because humans is animals, just dip in a honey and then smack them. And then you've controlled them.
No.
Yes.
No.
How could I control you with a honey arm? I guess like honey arm the wall and then stick you to it.
What about random old dude splices?
Oh yeah, what? You have who is this old guy? I have that down too. I said, who is Old Man Silence?
He didn't show up until that scene, and then they just like acted like he was there the whole time.
And he does this weird like, whoa, whoa, like big expression, and I don't understand it.
Yeah, I was like, is this just like a PI that the dad hired to track her.
No, but he's also working with the aliens.
It's so weird.
I don't get it. When we see a flashback to the Katsura dying, who is the android now.
Yeah, which was my next note. I wrote that fucking terrible acting in that scene.
Yes, because the dad is like, I'm going to turn on this machine that controls Titanosaurus, and it zaps her. And he's still holding it down. It's zapping, it's zapping, it's zapping. Then she falls down, and then he's like, oh, what just happened? As he was looking at her the entire time and is like, my daughter is dead.
Yeah, I mean, even her acting was terrible too, though.
Yeah.
Like how she was getting shocked and falling to the ground.
It seemed like she was tripping on a little bit of LSD, like microdosing, and she's at a Fish concert, and she's like, I'm feeling this music.
Okay.
But I thought, in older... Or I guess even today there are some
Or it's just
cutscenes.
It would be funnier if it just had text on the screen, dramatic reenactment.
But in a lot of like early PlayStation 2 games, when you select a button to talk to someone, like, hey, what do you want to say to them? And you scroll down Baldur's Gate, you select this setting, and they're like, yes, that's what I said. Oh, did you believe that too? Okay, there's a delay. There's a latency. And that's how this dude was acting to his daughter dying, being sizzled alive.
Yeah.
And then the aliens show up out of nowhere. He doesn't know who they are and just take his daughter.
Yeah, like they probably sabotaged it.
That's what I was thinking too.
So that he would owe them, basically.
Probably.
Because that's like their only leverage is they're like, we saved her life.
Listen, all y'all, is sabotage. And then the nerd, the dweeb, is seen because an agent is able to escape them, and he's whipping them from an office chair. Just like man spread whipping them.
So weird.
They didn't need to
and
take
enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your grandfather swatting at flies. That's what he was doing.
I guess.
Like, I don't want to get out of my seat.
Uh-huh.
It was weird.
With a newspaper.
Or my grandpa had a fly swatter proper. He loved that thing.
Okay.
Probably more than he loved me. I'm kidding. I was his namesake.
Okay.
The James Edwards live on through me. And that is it. Unless Tyler Wright names one of his children James Edward Wright.
I wouldn't put it past him.
He, I think, has tried. Or maybe it was Mullum. I don't know. There's a shot of one of their technical doohickeys that's just Legos.
Yeah.
And then I had to use the restroom in between. And I was gone for 13 minutes and Nicole was just sleeping.
Yeah.
How?
The allergy
Oh, yeah,
medicine's making me so sleepy. I'm going to the store after this to get some.
Chia!
Because it's ruining my life.
Nicole, I truly just have two more notes. First is the two random ass kids at the end. Who
Yes,
it's like,
I wrote Godzilla is friend to children.
yeah, they're like, oh, I'm going to check this out as everyone's leaving and evacuating the city.
Yeah.
They're like, let's check this out. Then Titanosaurus starts chasing after them and they're like, no, Godzilla, help. And then Godzilla's there.
Godzilla's like, fuck yeah, I got you.
He's Gamera now.
Yeah.
Which, because of Gamera, that's why Godzilla became a good guy.
Cool.
Nicole's like, I don't care. And then my final note, the thing that we should have just talked about the entire time.
Uh-huh.
There are boobs in this movie.
Yeah, and then I wrote, oh yeah, boobs. Because that happened before the thing we just talked about.
And why? There's...
I don't know. Like, everything else is covered in, I think it was like a sheet of bubble wrap.
Yeah.
They were
Dissecting
like
Katsura.
operating shit in her stomach. Everything else on her body was covered by bubble wrap except for her boobs.
It's so out of place.
For no fucking reason.
This is a Godzilla movie. We should check the commentary. I think there's commentary on all of these. And if there is, see why there were boobs here.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely fake. Like,
Yeah.
they're rubber.
I'm a rubber woman. If I were an android, would you still love me?
Yeah.
But what if I was a android user?
Maybe I'd reprogram a couple things.
To make me more simp-like. Nicole used simp. Oh, no, you sent me a meme that said, like,
It was a frog that looked mad, and it said, "Yeah, I may be a simp, but only for you."
and then Nicole sent it to me, and she's like, wait, I don't know what simp means. Maybe I shouldn't have sent that.
James says it all the time, so I kind of get the context of it. And I was like, I don't actually know what it means for sure.
It means either a sorry-ass pimp or a sensitive pimp, which in the, like, grand scheme of things, that's just a nice pimp. It's someone who doesn't, like, beat their women.
Yeah.
So, yes, please, all pimps become simps.
But yeah, I sent it because I knew it would make you laugh.
Nicole, normalize simps. That's the name of this episode.
No, it
Normalize
is not.
simps. Guys, please, hashtag it. Let's get this moving. Because then you wouldn't want an emotionally or physically abusive boss in any industry. Why in sex work?
Yeah.
So, yeah, simps, normalize it. I don't think the Tokusatsu Network would allow us to, on their website, or the title of it, normalize simps.
They shouldn't.
I have edited, like, on their web. Hey, guys, we're a proud podcast partner of the Tokusatsu Network. Go check them out.
Check them out, you simps.
With Pissmas, I would censor it to be Pemis,
Yeah.
just to be like,
But that's kind of worse because it just sounds like penis.
oh, yeah, I guess. But it was Penis in July. But I
Yeah.
guess, like, you can, like, we getting all the penis in July, girl.
Yeah.
It's a hot penis summer. You know, like the hot girl summer. Was that the last year? That seems like it was such a long time ago. PJ and Dana always talked about it.
Okay.
All right, guys, that's all my notes.
Not all of mine.
All right, we got to wrap it up, Nicole.
Rude.
What's up?
Rude. So anus just makes a wind and kicks shit is
yeah.
what I wrote. Because I was just like, do they have any powers? Like usually they have lasers or some shit, but no, it just uses its tail to make wind and just kicks shit. And then I was like, why doesn't Godzilla just twist Mechagodzilla's head like last time? And then he did. So yeah.
But then there was a Mysterio thing underneath.
Yeah, it was still alive, and the lady just kills herself
Because her brain is attached to the controls.
because that was the only way to kill Mechagodzilla.
And if you could blend Mechagodzilla and her hatred for mankind, it would bring forth an orgy of violence. That was one of my favorite quotes.
Dude.
What would be the coolest kind of orgy? You know, an orgy of sex and lust, but an orgy of violence? I'd like an orgy of ham.
So that's all my notes, you weirdo.
Yeah. An orgy of just tea in my mouth. Oh my God. My mom got me an iced tea maker and I hadn't used it ever until she just sent us so much iced tea and sugar that I can't keep drinking it. It's too much sugar.
Yeah, you're doing the thing you always do where you love
Yeah.
something and you just consume it
yeah.
until it makes you sick.
Or just until it's not like physically sick, I'm just sick of it.
Yeah, it's like
But sometimes it
some
does make me sick.
people with music, when they find a song they really like, they'll just listen to it on repeat until they hate it.
Yeah.
So basically what you do, but with food.
I still don't hate all of the songs I've always played on repeat, like
Same.
Danny Don't You Know, Art is Dead by Bo Burnham.
For me, it's every single front bottom song.
Oh. You love that band.
I do. I still listen to it like it's my fucking job. Dude.
Going on 5 years now.
Yeah.
Because we started that right before we moved here.
It's just such the perfect blend of like the music itself, like the instrumental part being upbeat, but the lyrics are depressing.
Yeah.
Where that's just like such a rare combination. Usually it's upbeat or depressing.
Sure.
I mean, it's not rare, but you know what I mean.
You know what is rare? This steak I'm about to sink my teeth into. Well, Nicole tells me her plugs. Oh, wait, before you do plugs, this movie was dope. I very much loved these two back to back. And I love that, like the Mechagodzilla theme for like doing back to backs with Tokyo SOS and Against Mechagodzilla. Kind of, it carried on in later era.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like none of the others had direct sequels or like a direct storyline sequels with like, oh, you think it's over? Well, it's not.
Right. Like this was clearly part one, part two.
Yeah. Whereas like in the Heisei era, yes, they're all like sequels to each other, but it's not like the story is not done. We need another movie for it.
Yeah. Like the same human.
Like the same issue is still going on.
And yeah.
Like with the Heisei, the only thing that carries over is Godzilla's actions and Mickey.
Yeah.
And that president-looking dude who we see at G-Fest quite a bit, just hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
But Nicole,
yes,
I'm about to eat this raw steak. What you got to plug?
Raw steak? What?
It was from an earlier reference.
Okay.
You said something was raw, and then...
Are you gonna shard on it?
Why would I shard on it?
Because it's an earlier reference.
Oh, okay.
That was the joke. What's
yeah, oh
up?
My God,
I
you're
got
the
plugs.
Stupidest person.
You fucking bitch.
That's an earlier reference.
Fuck you.
Me being salty. Oh, I'm going to leak a salty shard on this steak to make it taste good. And then dip my honey arm to eat it.
All I could muster up was a tadpole.
Jake and Amir reference.
Can I plug?
Yes.
Plug
my ass so don't shard.
That tenacious. What's up, you bitches? It's me. I got stuff. Go to darlinghomebody.com to check out pins and stickers and in all the sheesh. I'm also Darling Homebody on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon.
Cheer.
Go there.
Oh, hey guys, go over to MLMpod.com to find out information about my other podcasts such as This Movie's Gay, What the Hell Mouth, which is back with new episodes, and Hit It and Crit It. Or if you're there, go over to the page that's for Marshland Monster, and you can download all my albums for free. Or please go over, especially if you use Napster or Tidal, and just loop Marshland Monster, the album, podcast raps, the pro verses. It'd be so generous of you because I make money per each stream. It's a very small sliver, except with Napster and Tidal. I don't know how they make money. Or maybe it's just like YouTube and all the other stuff makes too much money. But, Nicole,
yes?
If people, I already plugged it earlier, if you want to listen to talking about Beyblade, Engage with Nicolas Cage, or the Tokusatsu Reading Corner, Toku Reading Corner for short, those are Patreon exclusive podcasts. You can go over to patreon.com/MLMpod to get all of that stuff, and you're supporting this podcast network the best way you can because you're getting content in exchange. But if you so do declare would like to give more, at the $10 tier, you get shout outs in all of our podcasts. But for Mostly Speaking Sentai, I write you into the show. So without further ado, let's get with these shout outs. First up, we have Steve F., aka Hit People Guy. He freaking programmed that lady. I don't think I need to say anything else. He created continuing life inside of metal and microchips. And the craziest thing is, he wasn't even trying to. Steve was troubleshooting his VR rig before a Twitch stream and just made life. This is how Skynet starts. 1 minute you're looking to share your cool, fun way to get active while playing video games, and the next, hunted by red-eyed muscular trilinguists in sunglasses and gooey cops. What if I was supposed to birth our John Connor and Terminators from the future performed my vasectomy? Steve, did you and your robots trick me into a vasectomy? And next up, Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Simian Defector. Leaving the Simians shortly after they revealed their plans to overthrow Earth through violent means, our good friend Eric set out on a journey through the universe in search for a new planet to call his home. It's been over a year of seeing nothing but stardust in his porthole until... What is this? It's a green planet covered in water. Eric might have found his new home. As he sets for descent, he sees the oxygen and temperature readings are nearly identical to his old home, so he lands. As he walks out of the ship, he notices some movement in the near distance. It's a tall, lanky, amphibious-looking man strolling up to him. Eric, being the kind-hearted soul he is, waves to this new friend and shouts, "Hello! My name is Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour. I think this is my new home." The lanky man is now 10 feet away and screams, "Hello there! It's good to meet you, Eric! Misa Jar Jar Binks! Eric, get out of there! Quick! It's a prequel world! Leave before a fandom ridicules and bullies you into a life of regrets and ever-increasing depression like they did to that sweet boy with the kind eyes!" And next up, Alex Z, aka The Waz, a lover of animals. She's in quite the pickle today, guys. She wants all of God's glorious creatures to have a chance at life, but she can't stand by and allow Titanosaurus to kill her loved ones, and innocent bugs being smashed into the ground by Titanosaurus's huge 5-star stompers on kaijufeet.net. And she can't ask Godzilla to attack Titanosaurus either, because that's comparable to dogfighting, and unless it's a mommy and daddy dog arguing over who gets to tuck me in tonight, dogfighting is bad. What should she do? Hold on. We're getting information from Interpol. This just in, Titanosaurus is no creature made by God, but one made by science, man's hubris, God's enemy. Waz, this means you can twist this dummy's head off clean from its shoulder if you don't want to wait around for Godzilla. No life lost when you're dealing with science's abominations. Just be careful and put some earplugs in. Don't want to run the risk of some nerd telling you what an electron is. And finally, my friend and fellow rapper Orion, aka Defo. Now, Orion knows for a fact the Simians are big fans of Lil Wayne, as they're clearly inspired by his album titling technique, the Carter 1, the Carter 2, the Carter 3, 4, 5, and probably someday 6, because they're going to be so unoriginal as to name their new robot dinosaur Mechagodzilla 2. Luckily, Orion is here to help, and hopefully it isn't too late for some brainstorming. Let's see what he's got down. He faxed it over to me. Okay, first up, Mechagodzilla X, MGX for short. Next, Shinyosaurus Rex, Mr. Metal and his dancing blast hands, the Deep Gargler because his throat is so huge, or if you truly believe in your product, simply call him Godzilla, because if you know you're going to win, this old robot will take place of Godzilla as king of the monsters. But Orion, if they don't take any of these names, I'll snag them for an album title. You bet your sweet ass I will. Them's was some salty honey-covered sharts of some shout-outs, baby. Oh, I'm a sharty shout-out. Sharty shout-out. Nicole, my queen, I'm in love with you ever so dearly, and next week we'll be back to Car Ranger, so it won't be a, 4-hour ordeal watching a movie and then recording this podcast.
Yeah.
Chia! But as you've heard already, my name's Ben James.
I'm Nicole.
And we're and this is our road to G-Fest, baby. And we're back from our road of G-Fest, baby.
What?
I guess do we just do mostly speaking Sentai even for a G-Fest one?
No, last time we did On the Road to G-Fest.
Okay, all right, guys. And
Or are you questioning it because we're done?
yeah, that's why I'm questioning it. And
We're on the road to G-Fest, baby.
bye-bye. Then you say bye.
Then I say bye.
Bye.
On the road to the big city.
It's not because you're too warm. Oh, excuse me. Oh, my God. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I apologize. This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCullum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today.